What's going on, my little hackamaniacs or my hacko followers, whatever you want to call yourself? Today I'm going to go over this thing called OSINT. That stands for Open Source Intelligence. And anybody can do this. This is one of the biggest steps of and the first step in a targeted attack or a penetration test or red team activity. It is gathering intelligence on the target. So what you're trying to do is find out much as information you can about a target or a person, individual, or organization that you are doing research on or want to know about. And some of these tools that I'm going to show you today is open source. They are there for you. Anybody can get them. I'm going to be going over just a few that you can use Twitter to do. Yes, that's right, Twitter. You got to have a Twitter account. Well, I don't have a personal Twitter account, but I do have a fake Twitter account that I made up just for this. So this right here goes and shows you how it goes about, how this open source intelligence. You can Google it, read up on it, get information about it, but the basics of it is getting information about your target. So I've already pre-set up this stuff right here. If you look at this looks kind of similar to you, maybe like a Twitter, but this is not Twitter itself. This is actually something called TweetDeck. If you go TweetDeck, well, it's going to open mine back up again. But it's an extension for Twitter. What TweetDeck can do is you can go and follow people on here, and they won't know you're following them. It doesn't give them a notification that you're following them. You can actually monitor different hashtags. Like I'm on like this first column right here. You can set up columns if you see this right here. You got columns. And my first column, for an example, I showed up was just hashtag Danville, Virginia. So anything that anybody posts on Twitter that has a hashtag Danville, Virginia is going to come up in here. And the last time someone posted something was 19 hours ago, and it was from the Danville Fire Department. Now, if you go over here and look, I'm following, the Donald Trump, real Donald Trump. If you can see, this stuff is just constantly moving because it's people tweeting about him or something with his Twitter hashtag or something with him. You can see it's just moving right now. I'm not even touching nothing. It's just this is what people's live is. This is what they're doing. And in the third column over here, I did at City of Danville. So anything that anybody put at the City of Danville had to do with City of, hash. It has it right here. It has it up here, right there. ABC News. Anything that has at City of Danville, it will put in that column. And it's just live tweets coming through. Now this is the cool one over here in this column that I did. If you look up here in the search bar, how I did geocode, and then it has a semicolon, and then it has a latitude, and then a longitude. And then if you go further over past the longitude, it has 5.0 miles. What this is doing and what this latitude longitude is set up for, I went to this page right here. It's anybody, you can go to it and get it. It's stephenmorse.org. It's a website that this guy set up where you can go in and put in an address, and it will convert it to latitude longitude. So what I did was that here's the address that it found. This was the latitude and longitude, and this address is for Sheets and Danville. So what I did was I geocode to the latitude and longitude, and within a 5-mile radius of that. So these are everybody here in Danville within a 5-mile radius of Sheets tweeting onto the public. This is their tweets that they're just sharing out to the public. This girl right here is talking about she lost her lashes. And if you see where she's from, Danville, Virginia. This right here, that's what you call a goat. This guy, Danville, Virginia. So these are tweets that are coming in within a 5-mile radius of sheets. So for an example, like law enforcement agencies, they will say there's a stabbing at a bar or a gunfire. Someone got shot somewhere, like at Buffalo Wild Wings or something. What they should do is someone that's working there in the Danville police or whatever can go and set up a geofence around that area and monitoring tweets, seeing what anybody's tweeting about that incident that just happened. If there was a shooting, a stabbing, or whatnot at Buffalo Wild Wings, they put in that geolocation, the latitude, longitude, and they can capture information that way. It's good for law enforcement, really helpful. You can also do several other things with this. I mean, you can have as many columns as you want. Like I can go over here and I can put, let's see, let's do Mike Tyson, all right? And then I'll do that. And then it will put another column over here. You can drag it. If you click up here, you can drag your columns over however you want them. And this shows you anything that anybody is 2 minutes ago. This guy is talking about, I want another fight on Nintendo. Anything at Mike Tyson. And then if you go over, this will show you this column right here. There's some set columns already pre-set up in there. This is what's trending right now on Twitter. Nurek, Grizzlies, Genghis Khan, Tipsy, Memphis, Protect, USPS, Whistleblowers. All these are what's trending. But yeah, this is just a cool, neat onset tool for open source intelligence to grab what you can, and if you use it the smart way, you can actually monitor information that's coming across live on tweets, because that's what everything is these days, is just tweets, social media posts, people posting all stuff all the time about different things. So it's a way to monitor it. Another tool that I come across, it was on Twitter, that you have to have a Twitter account, and it's linked to a Twitter. It's called TweetBeaver. So, like I just did an example on Mike Tyson on here for a test, but say to get account data about a public Twitter user. So, I can go say, I just typed in Mike Tyson, submit. So, this will give you Mike Tyson's screen name. You can click on that link, and it will take you to his page. Okay. His Twitter ID number, his name, gives you his biography. Account created. This was when his account was created in 2010. Gives you the exact time, the geo time, and all that. Now, geo enabled 1. That means there's one picture in his tweet that he did that has geolocation enabled on it, to where you can find out where that picture was taken, the exact location of it. Some people will have more. It all depends on their device when they had that picture taken on that device, whatever, if it was enabled. URL, he's got a URL link to I guess his website. Or a site he promotes, Hotboxing with Mike Tyson. It tells you he's verified. It's a verified account. He's got 6,664 tweets. 5 million followers. That's what it looks like. 398 friends. It's not protected, and the language is not set. So up here, let's see, we can go, let's do old Joe Biden. So Joe Biden right here is, this is his page. Crazy Joe. His Twitter ID number. His name. The biography of him. The time his account was created in 2007, March 11th. Location, Wilmington, Delaware. There's his URL for his web page. It tells you that he has no geo-enabled pictures on his site, which I would hope he wouldn't. Anybody that's in government or high ups like that should not have that. Verified, 5,444 tweets, 8 million followers, 28 friends, and it's not protected. And here's our other really useful tools. So it's pretty much the same. You can do bulk lookup. You can even find column followers of 2 accounts. So like find column and friends of 2 accounts. You know, if you go here, you just put the account name in this one, put an account name in that one, you hit submit, and it will find if they have any friends in common and who they are. So this is like good OSINT tools to use for open source intelligence to track down information. Like this is mainly good for organized crime. You know, if the law enforcement has organized crime people, they know their screen names. They can start tracking them down on here. Yeah, I mean, this is just really useful. This is something that I've pulled up and learned on one of the law enforcement schools that I've been going to with NW3C. It's the National White Collar Crime Center. They do a lot of training for the state police and FBI, a lot of just the different law enforcement organizations, which I am not law enforcement, but I am going to school for this stuff, for like digital forensics and cybersecurity. So I'm learning all this stuff. Just I thought it was cool to show it to y'all because this is open to the public. You can go and get this stuff right now. You can, anybody can, and use it. I just really thought this Twitter thing was really cool because of the main thing I like is this geocode. You can actually pinpoint an area and find, just watch tweets come in from people within that area. I just thought it was really neat. That was really cool. It blew my mind. Now I got another tool that I can use. I can show you real quick. It's in my pen test hacking. Yeah, it's called Snapmap. Now you don't have to have an account for this. A Snapchat account. You don't even you don't need one. This is just you go to map.snapchat.com. And you can just pull up different like in Danville right here. All right, if you look at this map and you see these like little blue circles, these are snaps that's being done right now. Like right here at Piedmont Drive in Danville Mall. We'll click on that.
What they know, really what they say.
You know why? Because life's a trip. Life's a trip, guys. Life is a trip.
No.
So that was a snap right there. That looked like that was at Applebee's or something. If you go right here, this one looks like, let's go see what this one is about. That was 20 hours ago, Danville, Virginia, whoever this guy is. All right, let's go over here, Forest Hills.
We finally moved in. This is her side of the room.
Go over here. Someone taking a picture of a flower. That's cool. That was a day ago, Danville, Virginia. There's a little bit of light blue right here in Craighead Street. All right, that's pretty neat. Right here, you can go over here. There's got some activity over here. Okay. So this is another tool that you can use to find snaps that people has just uploaded and put for public view. This is public viewing. This is not, see, and this is another thing that I'm talking about with like these apps that people are downloading. I'm trying to get with I'm trying to So it's out there for anybody to get. Well, when you accept those terms and agreements and you're thinking that you're just posting it just to your friends or whatnot, no, it's more than likely it's going to be out there for anybody to find and see. This dude's fitting to go eat at Frank's. So, I mean, yeah, you can just go move all around Danville. And,
like hot or cold, grilled or fried, foot long or mile high.
This is phenomenal.
North Main Street. Let's see what's going on right here.
Let it go. Hammer. Let it go. Go,
Good
TJ.
team. Good team.
Cool.
Jay.
All right, so this is just open stuff for public to see. Snapchatting, you know. So yeah, you can get this too. map.snapchat.com, and just search the map. If you see any of these like light blue, now some of them, if you scroll out of this area, you can scroll out. If you go to a bigger populated city, like see if you see Greensboro is going to be lit up pretty much. And like especially that's a hot spot right now, Goldsboro. So there's a lot of stuff from 26 minutes ago. So it's red like that. That means it's recent. So whatever's happening in Goldsboro right now looks like they have some fun. Yeah, that looks fun. Anyway, but yeah, that's it. This is open source intelligence. You can get this stuff. You can do it yourself. You can start learning how to do this. It's not really that confusing or hard. Just play around with it. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this out here to show y'all. I really dig the tweeting thing though right here. This is really cool how to kind of keep up with different. You got your different columns, so it's different than just your Twitter account. You do have to have a Twitter account, but it's called TweetDeck. Just search that, and you'll see it. It will come up, and you just save it as a favorite in your web browser or whatever. And then every time you go there, you got to log into TweetDeck with your Twitter account because it's an API of Twitter really. And yeah, you can set this up. You know, you can move your columns around. You can add more columns. Let's see what I can do right here. At Ducati. Ooh, if I spell it right. All right, so Ducati motor. So this is the news going on now with the Ducati, and like you can go over here if you want to remove one. You just click on this little slide. It's like a little option menu thing right here. You go down here, you can clear it or remove it. You can just remove that one. That section will be removed. So like here's all the updated stuff a minute ago from Ducati Motor, talking about Casey Stoner. Anything that's going to get posted at Ducati Motor, this is what's going to be putting on through here. A lot of this stuff's going to be like Italian, but anyway. But yeah, the geocode is really cool though. You can just, like I'm pulling up right here, everything that is being tweeted within a 5-mile radius of Sheets. Now you can geocode your house, you can geocode your neighbor, you can, this is ways that you can find out if someone's talking about you. They don't want you to know, and tweeting to somebody else. You can watch it. You can actually see it come across there. So yeah, I hope this is useful for some of y'all, and y'all get in this and play around with this, because this is open source intelligence. This is not illegal to do. It's not illegal to have. Really helpful, really for the law enforcement agency. I don't know if they use it here or not, but if they don't, they should be, or if they need to be, they need to do it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show y'all today with this stuff. I think that's it. Let me look and see if I have anything else. There's the Snapchat. I'll go over that in the next one. The extract metadata from YouTube accounts. That's another one I'll do. Proxy list. Yeah, that's one I'll cover in a separate video. Proxies are freaking cool, man. I love proxies. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I can show this real quick to you. So there's a website. Most of y'all might know it. Google bought this website. I forget for how much, but it's called the Wayback Machine. And if you want to know what a website looked like a long time ago, this site archives. So like Facebook, right? A lot of you new people and younger people right now only know Facebook of how it looks right now. But how did it look when it first started? So let's check it out really quick. So if we go back to Facebook.com, you get a timeline right here of how active it's been. You can see how it's just built up, dropped off a little bit right there, but it's built. Kind of like a stock graph almost. But let's go back. So right here, 1998, 99, you're going to see some activity because Facebook.com was actually owned by this company. I'll show you real quick. So their first thing was like February 4th. It was a snapshot. Let's click on that. And it will take you to it. Aboutface.com. All right, what does Aboutface.com do? So this was their website right here. This was like their very beginning. This wasn't Facebook. This was not Facebook at all. Mark Zuckerberg had nothing to do with this. This was a company called Aboutface. They owned the domain Facebook.com. That's it. But see, they got rid of that domain after a while. They stopped paying for it after this. And then Mark Zuckerberg picked it up right into here. I think 2004. Let's see. Was it January 24th, 21st? Let's see. It might have been March. Yeah, still see. There's Aboutface. Still owned it. All right, so they still owned it then. I know it was a problem where Zuckerberg had to get the domain switched over to his site, and that happened. It was in 2004. So let's see the big blue ones. Let's look at the big blue ones then. That was a lot more activity. August 10th. It was still Aboutface. Okay. Hold on, we're going to find this. See, December 17th. Still Aboutface. All right, let's go to 2005. Here we go. So this is when they stopped paying for it, the orange. This is when it had, like, you'll get a 404. Like, if you click on this, you should get like a 404 error screen where the domain couldn't be found. Let's see if it says it. Yeah, or 403, forbidden. So they couldn't find the page because they stopped paying for it and they lost it. So what happened was Zuckerberg got it 2005. So August the 13th. Let's do this one right here. And that's really when it took off, because look at all this right here in December of that year. But I think this was the test trial of it. They started it. You should see. Yeah, there it is. So this was the original Facebook. So some of you that are my age, which I don't want to say I'm old, but you know what I mean. If you were around this time when this started, you'll recognize this. It wasn't called Facebook. It was called the Facebook. If you go down here to the bottom, Mark Zuckerberg production, the Facebook 2005. This is where you registered. The Facebook is an online directory that connects people through social networks at colleges. We have recently opened up the Facebook at the following schools. So these were all the schools that was open, that was connected to. And you can click there for a complete list of supported schools. This was the very beginning of Facebook. This is what the website looked like in the beginning. Big difference, ain't it? This is totally not what it looks like today. And if you go back, so see December right here when it got really popular. Let's go on Christmas right here. People will probably had 4 snapshots. So if you see these numbers, these are each time the site. So here's where you log in now. Welcome to the Facebook. The Facebook is online directly, connects social news at schools. You can log in, you can register right here. December 25th, 2005. So this was it. I thought this was cool because some people probably don't know about this site. It's the Wayback Machine. So if you ever wanted to look at what a website looked like prior, because websites do change, And this is a good way too for OSINT, for like open source intelligence. If you're trying to find out something, they might be on the website prior to when it was changed. It's there. So yeah, I just thought this was a pretty cool tool to use too. So anyway, on that note, I'm leaving y'all with that. I hope y'all get some information out of this, learned a little bit about the stuff right here. Like I said, y'all can go and get all this stuff and do it yourself, play around with it. Let me know, comment what you think, and peace out.